How to get over mental deadlines that we always do break. We all have the problem of setting up a deadline of a start of something that we want to start working on, and we'll say that we'll start working on that around 4 and on 3, and then just forget that, or something happens that we don't start working on it, and then again we set up the deadline for half an hour later than that, and again we miss that. So what is the problem in that? Are we lazy, or are we just not willing to work that particular thing? Whatever the task may be, are you not interested in that, or are you just lazy? I'd say the answer is you're not both. You are not a person who is lazy, or not the person who would be least interested in that task. I think the problem is you don't quite have the habit of having an indifference of pain in terms of starting the work. Starting something would take a little bit of habit, a little bit of pain to just start working on it. And I think we have to form a habit for that. So what I'd suggest is, what has worked for me personally, is don't think about starting it 5 minutes prior to anything, or like on 3 or on 4. I'd say just get up, start working on it, not maybe on full force. Just start looking through the files, looking through the code, or anything that you're working on, and then just the flow would come slowly. The flow would eventually come to you. And I think that is just the way you could go about it. Because I'd say at the end of it, if you do not work on it, you'd feel like a lazy, stupid person who is just not belonging into the world, and you'd feel hopeless. And that is not a good feeling to have for a person who is ambitious and might have passion and goals, right? So it's very important to finish your work and then work on other things that you like, considering that you don't like your work. If you like your work, then it should not be a problem. But considering the fact that you don't like the current task that you're doing, might be a college, you might be a college student, or a school student, or might be in a job like me. I'll consider that you don't like your job or your college work. You have to finish it and then think about doing something that you like. This way you could get up a momentum, set the time about the thing that you like to do, and then start working on the thing. Try to finish it as fast as possible. And I'd say after doing it once or twice, the flow would start coming back to you, and you won't feel as bad. This happens to almost every one of us whenever the free time drops in. Whenever you have a pending task and you have a free time slot, you won't start working on it till the last second, and that's like a very common problem. The solution to that is try to finish it as fast as you can to start working on something that you really, really like. And after forming this habit for a couple of weeks, I'd say, for what has worked for me, you won't feel the need to lay down to think about it and just to get sad. And I think this would be the best way to go about it. uh, Apart from it, the pain of not working would be unbearable if you don't do that. And for those of us who are willing to change our habits and get on to work, start loving the work, and just get the flow, I'd say, believe, yes, you can.